Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today we're making a change to the Tacoma. It's time to get rid of the sport bar. I've decided just to go for really a different look. It's not that I hate the sport bar or anything, but I just want to do something different, so I need to take it off. Now, to do that, a bit of a task, and just coming off of hernia surgery, I'm not going to do any lifting, so I'm going to get some help getting the bar off. But before that, I've got to disconnect all of the nuts. I've got 4 on each side, and then also I have a wire running from the hitch receiver down here to power the third brake light that's on the sport bar itself. And by the way, anybody looking in the group, someone asked the other day about where to connect the third brake light. They were having troubles with it. I've tried to do it off of the tail light, and it just didn't work. So I ended up splicing it into the hitch plug, I guess, if you run a trailer or anything, and it works just fine. So if anybody's wondering, that's where I did it. I'm gonna go ahead and get these screws loose and then see if I can get some help to lift this thing off and take a look at the truck without the sport bar. It's been on there quite a while, so it's going to be a bit of a change for me. I may add a tonneau cover to it again, I'm not quite sure. However, I am not going to use that one. That one, as far as I'm concerned, is just garbage. It fits poorly, it secures poorly, everything's just poor about it. It's not good, so I would go with something else. And honestly, what I think I'd probably go with is one of those cheapo vinyl Tiger covers, because those are the only ones I've ever had that don't leak, and they're cheap. I mean, a couple $100 or something like that, as opposed to several hundred like that one. What a waste of money. Anyway, let's get on with it, get this thing off. Okay, now to do this, unfortunately, the head of the screw inside turns when I turn the nut. So I've got to have a screwdriver or something back there to kind of put some force against the top part of the screw so that I can actually loosen the nut. Let's see how this works. It's been a while since I've done this. Should be able to even feel it turn back there. Wow, is it going to be that easy? It is going to be that easy. Huh. Well, that's cool. Of course, I have more access room here than I will have back here, I think, especially on this inside one, maybe? I don't know. But that was pretty easy. So let's move on down to the next one, see if it goes as well, or if I even need a screwdriver in there. Hopefully not. Wow, I'm impressed. I can't believe, oh, wait a minute, speak too soon. If I just pull out on it, yeah, it was enough pressure. Well, I'll be darned. I'm happy about that. Hopefully they all continue that way. No, that one's not gonna. So, as I said, we'll put a screwdriver behind it just to hold the head. Wow. This may be a much quicker project than I expected. I thought I'd be out here for an hour or two screwing around. Of course, I'm just starting, but nonetheless, I'm almost completely done with the driver's side. One more over here. Let's see. Yeah, that one's turning. So, let's see if the other thing is space over here. It doesn't reach. So, we need a shorter screwdriver, but still long enough to get back there, hopefully. I don't know. No, that's not going to work. So there is another trick, and that is to put a pair of vice grips on the very end of the screw here to hold it, and then use just a wrench to loosen that nut. We'll see if that works. Just a pair of clamps, vice grips, and a wrench, and use my leg to hold it, and actually it did work, but now I'm too close. Okay. All right, let's see. And it's gonna fight me. It's not gonna be loose enough to do it by hand without these clamps on there, or clamp, or vice grip if you want to be technical. And I know you do. Here we go. All right, we're on the other side now. I've got all the nuts off. That really wasn't too difficult. Now what I need to do is kind of pull the sport bar toward me a little bit so that I can slide these screws down and get them out from the notches, because obviously you can't lift it off with the bolts coming through the notches, right? That's not too hard, as you just saw. Just slide down, pull them out. Gonna have a ton of washers left over after this, though, I will say that. All right, got all the screws and everything off. It really was simpler than I thought. Now, the third brake wire runs right there along the side of the bed and then down through the tail light area to the bottom. So what I need to do is either cut it from down there and pull it across, or cut it from up here and pull it down. I'll let you know which way I decide, but that's the last piece, and then the whole thing is ready to lift off. Perfect. And there you go. Thanks to Beto and Mundo for helping me do that. I really do appreciate it. I used to do that by myself, but you know, again, hernia surgery. Okay, again, thanks to Beto and Mundo for helping me do that. I appreciate it. It is off of the truck. So for those that didn't like it, well, here you go. Now it's got a new look about it. I can go either way, honestly. I mean, I love the truck anyway, so whether it has a sport bar, a roll bar, whatever you want to call it on it, doesn't really matter. Now, as far as any kind of damage or anything, other than being dirty, look at this. And I will say a shout out to the Black Horse guys. You know, it is a good product. Never had any rust issues or anything that I'm aware of. And it has rubber pads on the bottom of it to protect your caps. And notice I don't have any damage at all other than dirt. We'll see. My cap should stay down because I have the little pieces underneath there. I don't know if you can see it on that side, but there's a little shim-like thing in there stopping the bed cap from rolling into the bed, if you will. Really crappy design on Toyota's part, I think. But now I think I need to add my tie downs. I still have a bunch of these tie downs from Billet tie downs, so I think I'll put some back on the sides. That'll look good, I think. That'll be later on down the road. But anyway, that's the look of the truck now, minus the roll bar. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. I'd be curious to know.